What's up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be trying to teach you how to jump. Such a good useful skill to be able to do, and it just opens up so many more trails, and it is absolutely so fun to do. Get some cool videos and pictures of it, and it just feels really nice. So we've got a few jumps today that I'm going to show you. Going to do some demonstrations of what a lot of people do when they're first learning to do it and how you should actually do it, and just stick with it. It's going to take some practice, but follow these steps and hopefully you'll be able to jump into. So we've got two jumps here. These are super fun. I really like these because you've got a little double and then just like a kicker, so you can go as far as you want. I'm gonna first of all start off with how a lot of people jump. Look out and see what I do and some of the things you think may not look right, and then I will show you how you should do it, and we can do a little comparison. And let me know in the comments what you think of my new kit. I've got a nice blue Troy Lee t-shirt. We absolutely love Troy Lee. And I've got these fancy Kenyan trousers. See them on the website, some race enduro ones. Absolutely love them. So let me know in the comments what you think of them. Right, let's get to the jump. So that example was what a lot of people would do, and we notice a lot of people doing that when you first sort of start to jump. What a lot of people would do is they'll just basically ride really fast into a jump and basically just use the jump and that incline to just jump. But that doesn't really work, because all you're doing is just coming to really fast and just letting the bike do the work, which isn't ideal. You're traveling a lot faster speed, and it can be quite dangerous. One of the ways you might want to look at it, if you're a fan of Top Gear or Grand Tour, Jeremy Clarkson's a classic for just saying speed and power. But you'd also know that quite a lot of the times that doesn't work and you get stuck. Exactly the same with mountain biking. You hit everything really fast, doesn't necessarily going to make it better. It just makes it worse. Come in slower, come in controlled, and it'd be way better. I keep talking about don't come in with too much speed. I'm now going to do a jump how I normally would do it, and keep an eye on it and just see how fast I'm approaching, and just look at some of the things that I've done differently compared to the first one, just to give you a bit of an idea of what we're going to talk about. So just something I want to say before we start this video, this is a sort of how to jump. Like the tips are going to be there, you're going to have to pick them out. It may not be perfect and you may not agree with everything I say, but I'm just trying to be honest and tell you how I jump and some of the things I notice. And hopefully it will help some of those people out there, and hopefully you're one of them. I'm going to enjoy some sweets. Ooh, good. So just ahead of us is the first jump that we're going to be doing. But right now, the stage one of the jump is the run up and just coming into the jump. So get all your pedaling done quite early on, get in a firm gear, get a nice sort of speed going. And then when you're about like we are, maybe like 4 or 5 bike lengths away, stop pedaling, get into your usual attack position, stay quite nice and loose, and just get yourself ready and prepared, looking ahead at the jump that's coming up. Step 2 of the jump, we're gonna talk about the actual takeoff itself, or the lip, some people would call it. But what you wanna do as you're coming into this, you're in your attack position, nice and soft, looking ahead, and you're gonna compress just before the jump. If you've got suspension, that will kind of compress as well. And just compress the bike into that takeoff and really use the takeoff, because that's what's actually gonna help with the whole pop and the jump itself. So ride into it, start to compress, and then just work your way up until your front wheel starts to get to the top of the takeoff. Step number 3 is all about the pop. And this is part 3 and part 4 are going to be a very similar sort of thing. They're all part of a way of doing like the bunny hop. I think it's a good reference to it, because if you can bunny hop well, I think you would be able to do a good jump. But the first bit, step 3, is actually lifting that front wheel. So you're coming into this jump and you're going to be compressing down nice and low. As your front wheel starts to reach the end of the takeoff, you're going to then bring in that front wheel up and the start of the explosive movement. Stand quite tall and start to just get that front wheel up. Right, here's an example of what I mean. Step number 4, you're in the air, or your front wheel's in the air, you need to get that back wheel up. So this could be the push through technique. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be lifting the bike up, let's say in step 3, stand nice and tall, and then you're gonna push through. So it's gonna be that kind of motion. So you're going up and over, pushing the bike forwards, getting that rear wheel up. And you can use your legs as well and start to tuck to bring that rear wheel up as well. So what we really want is to get that bike level in the air, so we're going to land level. We don't want to be flying off the back or flying forwards. We want to be lifting up and keeping it nice and flat. So it's called a jump. So if I said to you, regardless of mountain biking or not, just if I asked you to jump, you would always jump with quite like an explosive. You're going to bend your knees, use your arms, and you're just going to be very loose, aren't you? You're going to be soft and jump. But what you're not going to do is be very rigid and keep your arms straight and just be like this and just jump. So the first example is what a lot of people will do. They will stay just really rigid and they will just do a really straight jump. But exactly like how you would normally jump, you bend your knees, you stay nice and soft, and as you come down again, you're going to land and compress. It's very similar when you're doing the whole jumping technique. All right, the final bit of the jump, the bit that's going to really finish it all off, you need to land because you're in the air and we need to get you down safely. So what I'm going to say is, you're in that tuck position, you're all quite high up. You want to start to just push the bike down, keep yourself looking forward, spot where you're actually going to land. And one of the things you want to do, keep yourself quite soft. So I say, bring the bike down, but don't lock out your arms or anything like that and stay rigid. You want to stay nice and loose because otherwise you're just going to land, you're going to hurt yourself and your bike's probably going to spit you back out. So you're coming down, looking forward, bike's coming down, you're staying nice and loose and going to get that compression as well in your arms and your legs because that is also suspension. So for any questions, you can do this on a hardtail. Just come on full sus, doesn't mean anything. And then you're just going to, let's say, keep them forward, roll away and carry on into the rest of the trail. And an absolute tip that you should never do is pull the brakes. You land and pull the brakes, big no-no, don't try it. So there is about a 5-step process on how you can jump. A few different tips in there to practice and have a go at. What I would say is super important though, just start really small, keep building up the jumps, get yourself confident, don't ride too fast into jumps, don't go pulling the brakes, just keep it nice and relaxed, keep practicing and you'll get it, and yeah, hopefully you'll be able to jump. I'm worn out after that jump. But if you enjoyed that as always and did help you, please make sure to comment down below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another ride. Ah, that's hard work.